minions, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tina and today we're going to check out some stuff I got from Tarte. Most of this is like holiday stuff or holiday packs, gift packs where you could take them out, divide them up, and give them to people. Unfortunately, I did open one of them already. Had to happen. I'll show you what I mean. I got the cake batter trio, and how adorable are these? So you get 3 of them. You get apple pie, sugar cookie, and peppermint patty. I was really fascinated by this. I love the actual cake batter. They're not the big tub that you get for the full sizes at all. It's those smaller ones, but it's not that little mini thing that you can also get. So let's talk about the scent of these. I wish you could smell them because that would be so much easier for me. So the first one I have open is the apple pie, and this one confused the heck out of me. It's a good thing that I actually have tried these on because if I hadn't, this review would be not great. These feel exactly like the cake batters do, and the scent of this, when I put it on, smells nothing like apple pie. Like, I was like, apple pie? That doesn't smell like apple pie. What does that smell like? I don't know, it smells sort of like their cake batter one, but a little different. So then we have my personal favorite, which is sugar cookie. This smells freaking amazing. Like, oh my god, good. If you love the smell of sugar cookies, this has got you covered. It smells so good. It's got that very sweet sugar cookie vanilla scent. If you make sugar cookie dough, you'll know the scent. I wish I could buy great big vats of it. Then we have peppermint patty, and they're all pink, every single one of them. They're all pink. Some of them are slightly pinker than others. Peppermint patty is a very, very minty. If you love the twisted peppermint from Bath & Body, you will love this. It is very similar to that. It's very strong, very mint flavored. I don't really get the patty part. When I think of peppermint patty, I think of the mint, but with that hint of chocolate. And in this, I'm just getting the mint, which is fine because it's a great mint scent. If you were expecting that hint of chocolate in there for that minty scent to go with that, it doesn't really have that. It's just very minty, but it is wonderfully refreshing and smells good and crisp and clean and has great scent. I really enjoy it. I like all of them. I am still a little bit out on this apple pie. The next thing I got was their chrome for the holidays. It's their chrome set. It has a little thing on the back in case you want to give it away as a set. And then it has froze, wild at heart, citrine, and pink diamonds. And that pink diamonds shade is amazing. This confused the heck out of me, and I will show you why. I was not anticipating these being a full-on powder, loose powder. I thought they were going to be like that cream to powder sort of thing. But they're just straight up powders. The last thing I got, the set of highlight blushes and contours. And there are 3 of these in here, and we are going to use one of them. I'm not going to use all of these because I am going to give at least one of these away. I might give 2 of them away. This is a very dark set. This would not work on me, but if you have darker skin than I do, or a darker skinned friend, this would be amazing because not everybody is a ghost like me. These are just beautiful. It's got the blush, the bronzer, and the highlight. They're called NYC Decked Out and Mistletoe. There's the highlight, the blush, and the bronzer. And I don't know if it's just me, but that bronzer seems awfully warm. And I know some people do have warmer undertones and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't like it when brands really don't think of a broad spectrum of skin tones for things like this. Well, I'm glad, so glad, that they did something for people with darker skin in this collection. I am kind of like, that's going to work for a few of them. The rest of everybody with dark skin is screwed. Yeah. We'll see how that works. This is the gold one. It has frosty sleigh bells and shimmering, and that definitely doesn't look like a bronzer. It looks like a blush and a blush topper, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is or not a bronzer. Maybe it's just a blush. I guess you can use it however works for you. These shades are so pretty. So this is the one that I've been eyeing So this one has definitely got a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight, and this one's going to be perfect for me. Snow-Kissed, Prized, and Peppermint Mocha, the rose gold one, and it's definitely the one, if you have my skin tone, you're gonna love. I think I could probably wear the gold one. It is awfully deep for me. If everybody you know has really light skin, if I were buying this for my sisters, one of them would be totally out of luck because that shade would not work for any of us. If you have more diversity, then you really can use them all and give some away as a gift because these are just stunning. On the other end of this, if you have dark skin and all your friends have darker skin, you're gonna have trouble. I'm gonna use this one here. We're gonna use a few of these chrome pots. Like, that's straight up powder right there. You gotta be very careful with these. So there's Rose, F Rose, super pretty shade. And you want to make sure you open these right side up because this powder just right out of here. I wanted to play with one of them when I first got them and it didn't go well. So this is Wild at Heart. It is super pretty. It's very light shade, very good inner corner shade. Then we have this really bronzy one, Trine. Very bronzy or coppery. And then the last one is this purple, and this is the one that I was like, I need to play with that immediately. And I dumped a bunch all over me because I didn't realize it was a straight up loose pigment. And look at how pretty that is. That is Pink Diamonds, and oh my gosh. So we're definitely gonna use Pink Diamonds today. I pulled out one of my favorite palettes of the year. Like, this palette is amazing. It's the Young, Wild, and Cruelty Free palette. You can still get this on Sephora and Ulta, but it is sold out on Tarte.com. I'm gonna take Swan Song, which is this white shade, and I'm just gonna set my lid with that. I'm going to take Oh Dear, which is a beautiful rosy shade, and just start doing my crease in the outer corner. Then I'm going to take Koalafied, which is a deep browny purple. Okay, I went and dug out one of my favorite things in the world, my glitter glue. This one is from Too Faced. I'm just putting that in a thin layer over my lid everywhere I want this. I'm going to take Pink Diamonds. I am obsessed with that shade. I take this tiny little brush, you spray it first because that stuff is super powdery. And I'm just going to use the stuff in the lid for now because there's a ton of stuff in there. In my opinion, you definitely want to spray your brush. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like you pick up enough at once, and I suspect it would just like give you crazy fallout. I already sort of feel like I'm getting chunks of stuff occasionally on my face. That is so pretty. You really do want to make sure you're using a damp brush. Otherwise, I think it could really be messy. So now I'm taking Rose, and I'm just going to use the same brush because it is got that like pink undertone, even if I get a little on there, which there isn't hardly any left on that brush. So I'm just going to blend this up here a little bit. That is super pretty. I'm going to go back into the palette. I'm just going to take Koala, bring that around my corner there. So I'm taking a different teeny tiny brush and I'm spraying it as well. And I'm going to take this pinky rose gold one. So my inner corner is Wild at Heart, not Froze. This is Froze. I love it when I keep track of stuff. And that one is super full, so it's sort of spilling. I just got a little bit of the powder in my eyeball. Not good. I have a purple eyeliner here from Wet n Wild. That goes on really pretty. Score one for Wet n Wild. I'm getting a little bit of color shift on my inner corner there. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of my glitter glue and on the very inner corner, taking the Wild and Free. I will get the names right eventually. That is so pretty. I don't love working with loose pigments, not my thing. If I had realized these were loose, I wouldn't have bought them. I'm going to use this lovely mascara. While the layer of that dries down, let's get into these trios. I am going with the rose gold one. I love that this one has a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer, and the blush in this appears to be a matte. So here are swatches. They're super pretty. Holy cow. That is some intense contour. I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna need to blend that out really, really well. This is Tarte Camera Lights, Ready Lights, I don't remember. It smells like chocolate and is amazing. Blends out super easy. It only took me a couple seconds to actually get that blended in so I don't look like a crazy monster. It's weird because on my hand that looks pretty matte, but on my face it looked a little bit shimmery. It's a little warmer than I would prefer. I'm gonna grab this beautiful blush. If you like a nice matte dusty rose shade, this shade is for you. It is gorgeous. So let's get into that Snow Kiss highlight. The mirrors on these are tiny. They are slightly magnetized, so you actually can use them. I have a lipstick sitting here. This one is old as hell. So this is a great shade for this look. I remembered the reason I don't ever use this. The doe fit on it is terrible. It's a beautiful color and it dries down like the freaking Sahara Desert. I now remember. That is why it's still in my box and I haven't used it in forever, even though it's a really pretty shade. I think this turned out really pretty. I just need to finish up a couple things and I will be right back. Okay, let's talk about these products. First of all, the apple pie body butter still doesn't smell like freaking apple pie. If you take a little bit of the sugar cookie one, then it does. Sugar cookie one is my favorite. Smells so good. I can't talk about every one of these because obviously I didn't use every one. This dark shade is never going to work for me. Can you imagine me in these shades? How dark is that? Best to give that away. They are gift sets. You can try the body butters out of my cold dead hand because those are staying right here with me. I love this one. I love the shades in here, except for the bronzer. The bronzer is a little warm for me. This highlight is super pretty and this blush is flat out gorgeous. This packaging is so nice. That makes travel so easy because it's all right there. You just toss it in your bag and go. It is plastic and it isn't super heavy, so you don't want to throw it in your purse for everyday use, but I think travel bags, it'd be fine. Let's talk about these gorgeous little paint pots. They're so cute. They are teeny tiny, but you're gonna get a ton of use out of them because even though they are pretty tiny, they pack a ton of punch. It does not take much at all to create a look with them, and they do that gorgeously. I love every single shade. I do highly, highly recommend using glitter glue. At the very least, spray your brush, because if you don't spray your brush, you are gonna have fallout every freaking place. I'm glad these are not full size. If I bought a big one, I would never use it all. I use them off and on. They're very pretty and they do a great job. They're actually the easiest loose shades I've ever used, but still they're loose and I do not care for loose products. It's so messy. It gets everywhere and I don't like it. I think these are amazing. They're gorgeous. They're so pigmented and super easy to use. I do think if you are a beginner, these are super messy. And if you spill these, which can happen in a heartbeat because there isn't a shaker on these, that's it, you're done. If you flip it off the counter, it's gone. Instead, you're gonna have glitter and shit all over your floor for like weeks. I know because I've done that before. I'm gonna try to be better and use these more. Overall, I think the look turned out so pretty. For Christmas gifts, I think they're amazing. Like, they're super well priced and you can get them on sale. So a lot of them you can get for around 20 bucks and that's a killer deal. If you're on a budget, I think this whole set is 32 bucks. So that makes these like 10, 50 a piece, I think. That's a great deal for Tarte makeup. These little packaging are so cool and they're so fun to play with. Somebody did ask me if these come apart, and they do not, and if they did, you still wouldn't want to do that because the only one with a lid is the top one. Check out some other videos and see about those other shades because I don't suspect many people are going to be swatching every single one of those because they are so varied in colors. Nobody that I know of would be able to use every shade in that set of 3, which is either a perk or a downfall depending on where you're at on that. He loves being in videos and he loves coming in to say what I'm doing when I'm doing my makeup. Aw, there goes my makeup. The one thing I'm gonna say, this lipstick is a nightmare. It's by Kaylin. Oh my god, it's awful. Like, I dug it out. That's like a pretty shade. It's the very bottom of my makeup bag. Why is it down there? My lips are like dying right now. Unfortunately, it's a gorgeous shade. I just wish it didn't feel terrible. Down here playing Super Dog. Yeah, Super Dog. The cat broke in. This is our new kitten, and he's super sweet. Now that I have my animals all over me, say bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.